Okay, if you would please state your name and that you give permission for me to use this video.
Okay, my name is Heidi Van Sickle, and I'm happy to have you use the video.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
How do you think you would use Pretty Kitty in your classroom?
Well, I'd of course have to see it kind of all set out, but it sounds like that a teacher would maybe be able to take whatever curriculum that he or she is using and implement it into the program. So I'm kind of envisioning that the teacher would go into it and structure the lessons maybe. But I love the idea of being able to, take the program and then go to each of your different curriculums like science, math, reading, and use that to supplement whatever regular learning we're already doing in class. And it seems like that the kids would really respond well to that, being that technology and different gaming things like that are just right up their alley. So I could see that going well for them.
Awesome. And do you see a purpose for gaming in your classroom?
Yeah, I think in little bits and pieces. The kids do it a lot at home, and so I feel like in the classroom we have different computer type, activities that we can do. So I think probably in little bits and pieces I could see that being implemented. They do that in the library as well, and do a lot with robotics and things like that in the library. So that's kind of fun to see that already happening at Farwell a bit. So
Awesome. And then, do you think that there's a purpose? That's not what I mean. Thank God for editing. That's like all my questions go off my head now. Do you think that in regards to online etiquette, it would be helpful to have, talk a little bit about culture and what that would do for your students to be able to be, to interact with kids from other cultures through the game?
Mm-hmm. So I guess my understanding would be that if we were doing that certain game here, that somebody else then would be doing something pretty similar
Yes.
in another place. So, yeah, I mean, that would really tie in. Right now, for instance, we're working on learning about cultures around the world and how we're similar and how we're different. So if we were, online and doing a game here and then also learning from maybe others in a different country or in a different state or something like that, I think that that would give great exposure to the kids of not only the game, but maybe also learning about where did those kids come from and what is the place that they live like, how is it similar to us and different, how are their families similar to us or different, are their cultures different. So maybe not only using the game, but also getting to learn more about who we're playing against.
Cool.
Seems like that would fit in great. So.
And do you have any follow-up thoughts or questions?
I guess I would ask maybe who would train the teachers in order to be able to do this. Would it be things that teachers would get on and have to, figure out how to do the programming themselves based on their curriculum, or would someone come in and guide us through that? So I would definitely have questions about that. I know some of our teachers that are super young are able to just get on and they would be able to figure that out in no time. And then there might be a few of us that are like, well, we might need a little bit of guidance as far as being able to do that. So that would for sure be who would show us, who would teach us. And then also, would someone be able to come into the classroom and maybe guide the kids through that once so I could watch that and then I could take that over myself. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Hey.